Hello, hello. Good afternoon this time, not good evening, not good evening. How are you doing, beautiful people? Let's buckle in. Yeah, let's start with answering your questions. Body, mind, and spirit. I'm going to prepare my licorice. Yeah, I feel that tickling again. Hello. So great to see you. So good. Drop your question in the chat. We're here to answer. Okay, and I'm making my beautiful drink from collagen, from Meta Power Recharge. Hello, hello, Power. Great to see you here. Meta Power Recharge is our magnesium, and I'm here to answer your questions. Questions, hopefully, that you have not put before, so we can reach to as many people as possible. Let's crack in. First questions. Thank you so much for the loves and likes. Let's just tap so we can raise this video to the top of the videos right now going on TikTok, so more people are able to join us. And I have my first question here, and it's about vomiting and nausea. What's happening there? Okay, I hope you get better soon. And let's understand a little bit. When I didn't have this tickling all day, and as soon as I start coming live, it's coming. But it is what it is. Hopefully, it will be okay. But we all have understanding, because here we learn how to look at your diseases, your ailments from a holistic perspective. And today, until I have first questions, I'm going to speak about vomiting and nausea, what's happening, okay? And this definitely involves the stomach and the digestive system. So biologically, the vomiting is a protective reflux, okay? And you need to understand that, because your body is trying to expel something that is perceived as harmful or undigestible. Okay, so this is why it's trying to expel it. Okay, it's a survival based, and of course your body is saying this is not safe. Remove it. Go on. In the mind, what is happening at the emotional level and or the emotional layer. Basically, emotionally, nausea is linked to I can't stomach this. Okay, I can't stomach this. It's a disgust, it's a shock, it's anxiety. It's that feeling that you forced something to accept, but you don't want to, and this is why is that internal resistance. And the vomiting, it symbolizes the fact that you are trying to reject the situation, you're trying to reject a person, you're trying to reject an event that feels very intolerable to you. And in the spirit, of course, that very deep invitation from me. What are you trying to swallow that is not aligned? Okay, what are you trying to swallow? Because it will come exactly in these moments. If you observe yourself, when is nausea coming, you will see that this is when it appears. Okay, Where are you betraying yourself? Ask yourself this question, okay? And what situation feels toxic in your life, but you are still trying to tolerate it? And this is when your nausea will appear, okay? Because it's about the lack of emotional boundaries. And of course, your new Germanic medicine conflict, okay, regarding nausea, regarding vomiting, it's about, your stomach symptoms are commonly linked to like a morsel conflict. And this means something happened that it was hard. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you. Something happened that was hard to digest emotionally. Hello, I am following you. Silent Shadow, thank you so much. We're talking here ailments, we're talking diseases, but from another perspective that people are used to. Because, in the moment when you have these ailments and diseases in your body, straight away you're thinking about killing the symptom with a medication. Isn't that right? Okay, straight away. What can I get immediately to get rid of the nausea, to get rid of the vomiting, instead of supporting your body with natural solutions? You prefer to take a pill, you prefer to take I don't know, yeah, a pill, a medication in order to suppress it. But if you ask yourself, when it comes, something happened in your life that was hard to digest emotionally. What was actually happening right now? Why? What is it coming exactly now, the nausea? Because you don't have it every single day. And if you do, then that means it's a lot of stuck emotions over there. Okay. But if you don't have it, let's put it that way, then you think, what happened that it was hard to digest? What happened, like a sudden shock, which involved something that you could not accept, maybe an unexpected situation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Oh, what a beautiful galaxy. Thank you, Silent Shadow. I really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. Maybe it happened like a situation, that felt disgusting, or maybe it felt unfair, or maybe it was even unbearable. Like, for example, receiving some shocking news. Did you try to observe that you have nausea, you have vomiting around the time that you received shocking news? Maybe you're being forced into something. Maybe you are seeing, or maybe you are hearing something that deeply is disturbing you. Maybe you have like a relationship betrayal, all of these things, and then you will see, aha, yes, the nausea came in my life exactly when it happened. This maybe a sudden stress that felt very overwhelming, because your body reacts biologically. And if something feels toxic or unacceptable, of course the stomach activates that signal. Remove it, okay? And of course, vomiting can also appear, like, for example, during a conflict, like an acute shock response, or maybe during the healing phase, when the tension is released, okay? Because your body is not malfunctioning. We need to understand that our body is on our side. It's trying to protect survival. So it's not going to react with all of this. Even the diseases, very tough diseases that you have, they're coming in your life to teach you something, because you have been on for too long. You don't have that switch off button. And if we go into the dominant childhood wound regards to the vomiting and nausea, the most connected one to this are humiliation and rejection. And why? Because as a child, you have been ashamed a lot. You have been shamed as well. Oh, you're making me ashamed. If you do this, you're being forced to do the things against your will. And of course, you've been embarrassed publicly. And therefore, yeah, Now, as an adult, any situation that feels, degrading, it will force or it can trigger nausea. And this is why, as long as you understand people and you will start supporting your body with natural tools, essential oils, high absorbable supplements, and I'm going, you know me, and I'm going to make some capsules right now, so I can show you how to take this internally, and why the rejection wound. That if someone important in your life emotionally rejects you, especially in the childhood, your body is reacting, I cannot accept this, and the adult situation reactivates that old childhood pattern. Because even that you think, well, what has to do something which happened in my childhood with now, as an adult, when I have nausea? It really does. It really does. Because your nervous system will not forget what happened to you back in the childhood. It won't. So, as essential oils, what do I recommend you? First of all is peppermint. And let's put a few drops of peppermint, okay, into the capsule. Of course, in the moment when you use essential oils, you can use them in three ways. Internally, like I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to put a few drops into my capsule, okay? So you can take them internally, you can apply them topically on the neck, on the wrists, on the back, soles, anything, okay? Or you can diffuse them, like for example, specific diffusers, or yeah, or like I personally have like a stone diffuser whereby I put, let me show you how this works. One moment, I'm going to open the peppermint again, and I'm just going to put a few drops of essential oil on these lava rocks, okay, and that will automatically start diffusing. Yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So peppermint, it's the first oil that I recommend you when you have nausea, because it calms the nausea immediately. And you didn't put something toxic or poisonous in your body, like medication, which will give you side effects. And then you come to me and say, well, I've taken this, that, and I have side effects right now. That will happen. So, peppermint also, it will support your digestive system. It will clear that shock, from the nervous system. It will work a lot, go back into your, it will go very deep into your cell, and then it will clear. It will clear in a very natural way. Is peppermint essential oil, pure, tested, therapeutic grade, okay? You can also inhale directly from the bottle, okay? You can apply diluted with coconut oil over the stomach. It's amazing, absolutely one of the best oils. If you send me somewhere on an island and I only have to pick one oil, I will definitely pick peppermint. Thank you for the loves and likes. Let's tap it so we can raise this video. Everyone who is watching, it will be doing me a great and massive favor if you will love this video. Tap, it's called, so we can raise it to the top of the current lives on TikTok, so more people can join us and more people will take this information that I'm giving, take the education. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. And may this galaxy return to you a million times, because that means to do good. You are here to get this information absolutely for free. So, your way of saying thank you is to love this video so more people are joining us. I really appreciate you. Thank you with gratitude. And the same to you. And the same to you. So we have here peppermint. This oil is for me is good for car sickness. We'll talk about car sickness. Since when did you have that, please? Florina, I think, are you Romanian, by the way? I am very curious because I'm also Romanian. Yes, okay, lovely. We'll talk about this. I just want to give very quickly the essential oils for, okay, you know, the way that you write there, MTL, it's very, very unreadable in English. I don't know exactly what exactly are you talking about there. Anyway, let's go, let's continue. The next essential oil is ginger, okay? And why ginger? Because this grounds your body. It will support very much that digestion and gut motility, okay? Just a few drops into a capsule. This is how I like to take it. But of course, when you are guided by me, then it will be according to your needs. Okay, this the ginger will also help the emotional process, like that indigestion that we were talking about. Thank you so much for the loves and likes. Also, apply it, dilute it, you know, over the abdomen. Take it internally as guided. Remember. Okay, and Florina, I'll be here to talk about car sickness. You can also take Roman chamomile, you can take lavender, of course, the king of the oil of truth, frankincense. I'm going to take all of this while I'm talking about the car sickness. Okay, so what is happening over there? Body, mind, spirit. You know, when you have this car sickness. So the car sickness, it involves the inner ear. Maybe not a lot of people understand that, okay? But it really does. It also involves the brain. It also involves the eyes and, of course, the stomach. So all of these, you will need to understand them because it happens when your brain receives that conflicting information. The eyes are saying, I'm still, and your inner ear, he says, we're moving. So this is conflicting information. So this mismatch, okay, it activates the nausea center in the brain, okay? And this is why you will have that car sickness. And the brain interprets this confusion as possible, like poison in your body. And this is why it activates that vomiting reflex. What is happening in your mind? We spoke about body, on okay, but please comment until I go to the next level. I want you to comment in the chat if you do have vomiting, if you do have nausea during the car. Okay, let's see. I'm waiting a few minutes. That's the capsule that I'm going to take right now. Okay, it seems to be that you're not answering. And what could I stop to triggering these states? I try to find the cause. Well, the cause is just what I'm basically saying. Okay, so going back to the body, it's exactly like I said. Going back to the mind. So emotionally, the car, and what do you mean by the mind is emotions, psychological, and all of that. And I'll give you the solution in the end of after we understand the yeah, holistically, what means that. So in the mind, emotionally, the car sickness is very much connected to lack of control. And my question to you, are you a control freak? Are you trying to control everything in your life? Please message me so I understand a little bit about your situation. Yes, okay, that is, so you asked me a little bit upper. I tried to find the cause. That is the cause. You are a control freak, and therefore, emotionally, the car sickness is related to lack of control. Not necessarily because you're not driving. Let's say that you are driving, not that you are a passenger, but it is a lack of control because other people are in traffic as well. And it might happen, like, for example, someone is driving into you, and that is perceived by the brain, by the nervous system, as a lack of control. Also, anxiety. Do you have a lot of anxiety in your life, and especially anxiety when someone else is driving your life? Look a little bit beyond that. Someone else is trying to drive your life. Again, message me in the chat. Is that the case? While I'm putting another oil, when I'm driving, I don't feel anything, probably because I'm the one in control. Thank you. I don't know how much you are in control, because if you think there are other people driving as well, you are not very much in control. So you need to recognize that you are not in control. You have a lack of control. What about if I drive and I come into you? Because yes, you can control what the maneuvers that you are doing, the way that you are driving, and so on. But what about me, which I'm also in the traffic with you? What about so and so, which is also in the traffic? So you need to understand that there is a lack of control there, not that you are in control. I don't think you are. Okay, you have a lot of fear of unpredictability, and this is why it's happening, this car sickness, because motion without direction. Okay, it's kind of a motion but without personal direction. So if it often appears if you are feeling powerless in your life. And this is why when you'll understand this deep meaning, you will start healing from car sickness. Okay, in adults, the car sickness is happening when you struggle to surrender control. Okay, so your body automatically reacts like, I'm not in control of where this is going. And I'm talking also about situations. We're so much more than this body. Okay, honestly, that's what I'm working on right now. My fear of death, it could be related to this. Absolutely. And I want to ask you, with fear of death, do you have any lung problems or kidney problems? But especially lung problems, because fear of death is very much related to lungs. Okay, probably you just in the beginning, a lot of people with fear of death will end up with lung issues. But I want to ask you right now, who is driving your life? Who is driving your life right now? Are you moving in the direction? Does it, that does feel safe for you? Me, of course. Not necessarily. No, you think it's you. But look around the whole thing. That's what the majority of the people would have said. Yes, of course it's me. But are you moving in a direction that feels safe? Or are you resisting the journey that you are on? Because the car automatically symbolizes, life direction. The car symbolizes the life direction. And of course, you are here on a public domain. Maybe you don't want to recognize, maybe you don't want to say it, but please go very deep in your life. Are you moving in a direction that feels safe for you, or are you resisting? Okay, again, the car symbolizes the life direction. It symbolizes movement. It symbolizes transition. And if your nervous system feels unsafe, or it doesn't feel safe in that direction that you are heading, of course you will have car sickness. And probably you've heard about the new Germanic medicine. I don't know, comment in the chat if you heard or not. I'm curious. I'm going to put another capsule, wild orange. So I'm curious if you know about the new Germanic medicine and the conflicts, because apart from accidents, yes, I know about. Okay, so in the moment when we have a disease, an ailment, a challenge in our body, apart from accidents which are happening, yeah, and poisoning, every everything else, it has a conflict in your body. And the car sickness, it's related to a disorientation conflict. You are very disorientated. You have a fear, or fear in the neck, fear in the neck, okay, fear in the neck conflict. Well, whether you like it or not, that's what it is. Okay. So it's very much triggered when you experience maybe a sudden loss of control. Have you experienced this? And think about different situations in your life. Maybe you have like a scary event that happened. In 2 months, I have a 10-hour flight, and I think every day that something bad is going to happen, probably, you said. Absolutely. That is a lack of control. I'm terrified of death. And I know, because I don't like flying. Trust me, I don't. But what can we do? It is what it is. In the moment when you go on that plane, that's it. You're in the faith of God, you're in the on that pilot and so on. But yes, very much, you have a scary event while you're moving, you are transported, and it makes sense what you said about that flight, okay? Because you're feeling trapped during movement. And so if something happens with the plane, where are we going? Nowhere. You're feeling trapped during movement, and that is reflecting on your car sickness as well. Maybe you had an accident, or maybe a near accident in your life, or maybe, like, are you being forced to go somewhere against your will? No. Okay, well, then it is about the others that I said. Okay, because your body will activate the car sickness, okay, to stop the movement. So if you vomit, I don't know if you vomit during the car sickness, the body will force it to stop. Thank you so much for the loves and likes, and let's do thank you. I really appreciate you. I really do. Yes, I vomit. Well, again, I'm really sorry to hear that you're vomiting. This is a survival program. As long as you understand it, this that the direction in your life is, it doesn't feel safe to you. Maybe you think it is, but it doesn't. So if we go also into your childhood, um, the childhood wounds, everyone maybe, well, that I know, everyone that I know in my doTERRA team is speaking about the childhood wounds, transgenerational healing, and so on. So, um, 8 years I did not fly, but I forced myself on a flight and I am okay. Well done. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And I cannot explain to you. There are people which are 45, 46, maybe even older, which still have a phobia of flying. But coming back to you, Florina, okay, as a child, did you feel emotionally unsafe? And look about your parents, your caregivers, your teachers, everyone who contributed to you, okay, to you as a person. I'm going to put some Siberian fur. Meantime, whilst Florina is responding, okay. So yes, sometimes. Okay, because from my 6 years of experience, Just to ask you, Florina, do you have also a doTERRA account? Because I'm going to recommend you some oils in the end. I love Siberian fir. Okay, so you do have a doTERRA account. Thank you so much, Andrea. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Today is going to be two in. Yes, I have. I'm also in your team. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I don't know exactly. Anyway, well, I got confused for a second because if you go into your childhood wound, okay, what feels the most dominant, let's call it, abandonment. And from working with people for 6 years with doTERRA, I spotted that the abandonment wound is the most dominant when it comes to car sickness. And I currently work with someone from South Africa, which is exactly, she said, I'm terrified about driving. I'm terrified about so and so. So as a child, you felt emotionally unsafe. Okay. You are taken maybe to places, different places, I don't know where they took you, without any explanation. So they were putting you in the car, in the bus, in whatever, and but they didn't tell you where they were taking you. So you felt alone and you felt unheard. And this is why it's triggering right now this car sickness, because movement for you became unsafe. Okay, became unsafe. No explanation, everything, that's what it is. And now, as an adult, being in the car without control, okay, thank you so much. Thank you for this galaxy. I've never seen a galaxy, so thank you. Well, here on TikTok, I mean, not that I'm traveling to galaxies as well, but yeah, thank you. So for you, being in the car without control reactivates what your nervous system learned from the childhood, okay, and that is early helplessness. And also another wound that it's very pronounced, very dominant in car sickness is the wound of injustice. And I'll tell you why. Because as a child, you learned, I have no say. I have no say. I have to shut up and do as I'm told. I am not being heard. You wanted to say something, but they suppressed your words coming from the mouth. Shh, shh. That is, I'm not being heard. You wanted to say something. And of course, this is unfair. So your nervous system learned this is unfair, and your body responds now as an adult with resistance. So car sickness, automatically it will become like a physical protest. Okay? It will. And what oils do I recommend you? First of all, Zengest. Zengest is very powerful in. I also take it internally for general well-being because I do love to deepen with my oils. I love to make my oils my best friends. Okay, so this is why I will take several oils throughout the day. Okay. Because yesterday I took like a reset day. Today I'm coming live one more time during today. Probably it will be very late evening. Now it's 4:30. I don't know, towards the 10, 11, 12 o'clock. So peppermint, again, thanks for this information. You're very welcome. Lavender, balance very much. You will need, emotional grounding. It will help you a lot to when that fear is losing control. And also frankincense. Of course, this is a kind of one size fits all. But when people are messaging me in private, in DMs, then I'll give them more personalized support. Okay. Eczema. Okay, this is anything to do with the skin. I see a lot of skin-related questions, and eczema, it's quite a tough one. And okay, it's inflammation of the skin. So the skin, of course, is our largest organ. It's about boundary with the world. The skin is also about protection, it's about separation, it's about that regular contact that we have. It allows connection. And when eczema, when you have of course, I want to encourage you people, drop your questions in the chat, so as soon as I finish with this, I can take your question. So when eczema it appears, that barrier becomes irritated, becomes inflamed, also that reactive. So your body is responding to something outside that it perceives as a threat. Hence, you have eczema. And in the mind, the eczema is very much linked to you are feeling attacked. So drop it in the chat. How do you feel? By the way, I have two platforms open. I have YouTube here and I have TikTok there. So if TikTok are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I will highly invite you to do so, because not only that you will see this session in replay. So if you want, let's say that now you're doing something, you're cooking, you're doing different things, and you want to re-listen this session, go into my YouTube. It's the same name, Mihaela Hegarty. Thank you for the shares. I really appreciate you. So go into my YouTube. You Google Mihaela Hegarty, how to control over emotions or thinking. Okay. And you will be able to see this you know in replay. Also, I have two videos there regards to childhood wound, so you will understand better when I'm talking about childhood wounds. It's important to do that, because then you will you'll understand more when I say childhood wound, dominant, new Germanic medicine. So how to control emotional thinking. Okay, let's look from a holistic perspective. And what do I mean? What do I understand holistic? Means body, mind, and spirit. Okay, because emotional thinking, it will happen when the amygdala, and amygdala is our survival brain. That's what it is. Okay, that becomes dominant. It overrides the prefrontal cortex, which is about logic, it's about reasoning, and so on. So your amygdala, okay, this is what it is, that emotional thinking. Your amygdala, which is that survival brain, it becomes dominant and it overrides the prefrontal cortex. Okay, and this is when you will feel threat, we will feel rejection, fear, shame, all of those kind of things. Okay, so your nervous system, it activates that fight flight mode. It freezes, it makes you feel like freeze. So in that moment, you are not thinking properly, you are surviving. That's what it is. Okay, I can see someone is calling me. Anyway, in the mind, what is happening in emotional layers, psychological layers, very important. That emotional thinking is about they don't love me. And think about your situations in your life. They don't love me. Do you think a lot about people who don't love you? I am not good enough. Do you have that thinking about you? So who put that question? Let's see. Fadi. Okay. Do you have that thinking about you? Please comment in the chat if you started to ask me a question. It's very important. Okay. Do you have that thinking about you that you are not good enough? Hmm? Because this will also, the way that you're thinking, oh, this always happens to me. Oh, I've done this, that, this, but this always happens to me. I'm very unlucky. And then you say, this always happens to me. I think less of me. Yes, you're not good enough. This is what it means, Fadi. In the moment when you think less about yourself, it's about the fact that you are not good enough. And also, you're thinking something bad is going to happen, something dramatic, something catastrophic is going to happen in your life. And of course, this is why is that emotional thinking. Okay, you have that unresolved emotional memories from the childhood, and we will be going there as well. I'm very curious, maybe you drop me in the chat, how was your childhood? How is your mother? How is your father? How is your caregivers and so on? Because in the spirit, which is that very deep invitation, is what part of you still feels unsafe right now as an adult? What part of you is seeking validation? And of course, we're going to the childhood wound there. Are you reacting as an adult right now, or it was always happening catastrophe? Well, that's what it is. Absolutely, that's what it is. This is why in the moment when we're talking emotional thinking, that's what's in your nervous system. Okay, are you reacting as an adult, or are you acting as that child, that Fadi as a child? Okay, you are an adult right now. You're not that little Fadi anymore, and this is why we need to reparent ourselves. In the moment when we grow up, we need to work on reparenting ourselves, because very much we react as adults from that little me which was hurt. Thank you so much for the heart, you know and the new Germanic medicine perspective, we have a conflict here. When you do that emotional thinking, or maybe overthinking, it's very much related to a sudden emotional shock. So, for example, unexpected rejection, maybe a betrayal, loss of someone or a situation, or an object. It's about humiliation, and it's about a fear event. So all of these are registered by your brain. Okay, it's because your brain, when it registers, it's like a survival threat. So the brain is made to keep us safe, to survive, to survive. So when the danger is gone, your nervous system remains in hyper alert. This is why you have this emotional thinking, overthinking. You're scared of danger. You're thinking everything happens to me, everything bad, everything, all of that. And overthinking that you're doing right now, that what if, that overthinking, it becomes your protection. Not a drama, not, whatever. It's a biological vigilance, is that protection that your body is asking for. And going back to your childhood, because I want to understand what is happening there, because when people are having emotional overthinking, the dominant childhood wounds are about abandonment and rejection. And I'll explain to you why. When you were a child, you learned very much. If you don't stay alert, whatever is happening around you, if you don't stay alert, you might lose the love. comment in the chat, because it will definitely help you. If you interact, it will help you discuss. Okay. Mom was no control over herself. That was what absence. Exactly. So I think you will benefit a lot if you go to my YouTube and watch those 2 videos of Fadi. Honestly, it will help you a lot. And by the way, which country do you connect from? Which country? I'm curious as well. Please, let's just interact ourselves with, and let's. Okay, I'm going to put some rosemary. Which country are you connecting from? And then I'll continue with the rejection wound and explain it to you. Why Sweden? Okay, it's lovely to connect with you from Sweden. I'm not far. Well, I am far, but we're not far. I'm in the UK, okay, in the United Kingdom. That's another capsule. And let's see. So when you have to stay alert as a child, because you will lose the love if you don't stay alert, as an adult, it will come with that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you like my content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Um, so now, as an adult, you will overthink a lot, and do you know why? Because that will equal attempt to prevent loss. That's what it is. And again, the other wound that I said, it's about rejection. What do you mean by I may lose my love? Not your love in terms of the loved one. Loving being accepted, loving being good enough, self-love. It's very deep psychological way of looking. Very deep. It's not only that you will lose your love like a loved one, okay? And here I'm talking, if you as a child, as a little one, you learned that you are not enough because of your mother, being in control, your father being absent. Maybe they were not there to tell you, well done. Hello, peaceful sunsets. Natalia, well, love me. I know you. I know who you are now. Natalia. So, as an adult, you will continue to think and analyze and all of that. What did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? It's coming from the childhood. And please, please, please go to my YouTube, Mihaela Hegarty, and you will understand there. There are 2 videos there on childhood wounds. Go and have a look. Because that emotional thinking is very much the inner child trying to stay safe. And the first oil that I recommend in deep healing with inner child is Ylang Ylang. The first oil. It's super powerful. And this is why I put it here in my capsule. I work as well with inner child because we all should do. Okay. Then another one is lavender. And let's put some lavender right now. I love this oil. It's so grounding, but don't, and also calming. It calms your overactive, overthinking nervous system. It reduces that anxiety loops. It also helps you to regulate your emotions, especially when they spike. When you, I don't want to feel sorry about myself. I know you don't, but in order to stop thinking sorry about yourself, I want to change. You will need to work with your nervous system. And this is where the essential oils are coming. You say that you love my my content. So if you go to the end of my videos, after I say the introduction part, okay, I always say towards the end of the video. So if you want, comment or DM me reset or whatever words I say. and I will help you use essential oils to calm your overactive nervous system, and so on. This is how I help people. You will need essential oils. I'll tell you why. Because they will go to that ancient brain through the limbic system. My last video is about the limbic system, where I speak very briefly about the limbic system. So it's important to regulate your emotions, to ground yourself, to move away from that fear to awareness around you. Okay. Again, what I recommend you is vetiver. This is extremely grounding, one of the best oils for grounding. It will help you with those thoughts which are becoming sometimes obsessive. They are, even that you may not see them like this, they are. And also it will stabilize that emotional swings. Today where you're happy, then you're sad, then you're again happy, and so on. So that will help you a lot, okay? Also, I recommend you bergamot, and I'm going to deepen with bergamot as well. I'm taking Zendocrine for a liver detox, very important. And why do I recommend you bergamot? Because it will uplift that mood that you're having. It will reduce the stress hormones as well. It's a citric bergamot, okay? It will help you release that fear-based thinking again. So use it with, and it's important to work with someone which has experience in how to guide you to change, because on your own, with the mindset and also with your nervous system that you have at the moment, unfortunately it's very hard to succeed changing. This is why we need someone else to guide us. Okay, drop your question in the chat. What questions do you have? And we'll answer some more. Maybe I'll take one more question, and then I'm coming live again later today. You are not emotional, my lovely. You are not. You are just responding from a part of you that has learned to survive, and this is why. Okay, this is why you need to go deep, so you can, though you anxiety. Right, anxiety. That's a big one, isn't it? Because everyone suffers with a form of anxiety, a form of this. I want to stop caring about what others think about. It's a lot of work there, and trust me, I was there as well, Fadi. I was there as well, because oh, I'm telling you, where else can we start better but with essential oils? Essential oils are the best way to look after yourself. The best way. Message me and we will be able to talk a bit more about this. Okay? It's important to use them because they will regulate your emotions, your nervous system. And going deep inside, you will say, oh yeah, I stopped thinking what other think. I stopped caring what others think about me. Okay, it's important to do that because otherwise you will remain. Oh, that one criticizes me. That one says bad things about me, and you will be affected. Yeah, it's a full process, but it's important to start somewhere, because if you don't start somewhere, then you will remain where you are. Okay, thank you so much for coming here. Also, when you worry about others' opinions, your body activates that stress. Let's be honest. Don't you feel stressed when you think, oh, what is Elena thinking? Elena just joined me. Hello, Elena. Now, let's say that I'm activating that. What is Elena thinking about me? Oh my God, Elena is in my team. Will she start judging me? Will she start? Hi, Elena. Oh, am I where, people, my country, they care a lot about how you're dressed, how your hair stay. Oh my God, if she will think about my hair, if she will think how I'm dressed, it's a stress response. Fadi, I'm talking to you right now. So if I will start thinking, oh my God, she's here, I will activate a lot of stress response. Of course, my muscle will tense, and it's the same in your case. Your heart increases, you'll have maybe shallow breathing and all of that. Maybe you'll have even like butterflies in your stomach, like we call it, that digestive issues. Because biologically, in the moment when you care about what others think um, about you, trust me, Elena, I passed over that. I don't care anymore, but I worked a lot with me. But Fadi, I hope you're still here. Oops, I don't want to throw this on my floor because I still want to get some capsules in. When in the moment when you care about what others are thinking about you, this is a social surviving program. You need to understand, because in that ancient time, being rejected in the tribe, in the community, in whatever, it could be life threatening. They, in the past, they would kick you out. With other words, if you are not accepted, they will kick you out. And that is a survival mode. We were taught for generations. How did you stop? Essential oils. What am I trying to say so many times here? Essential oils, because they work deeply in emotional mind. In the moment when I take an oil, when I inhale it, when I work with affirmations, emotionally, this fear that you are feeling in regards to what others think about you is, what if they don't like me? What if I'll embarrass myself? What if I must be perfect to be accepted? When you smell a particular oil with guidance, with you know, yeah, with guidance, I would say, then you will work especially with this. How I work with people, I say, look, let's just take Zendocrine for the time being. So I say, Fadi, when you smell Zendocrine, you think like that. Do you have to be perfect to, I don't know, to be accepted into your community? You feel that, you inhale it, and you say, I feel safe, I feel enough, I feel loved. And doing this over and over and over again, it will go. It will just go. Okay, 10 minutes ago, I took capsules with balance with copaiba. Amazing. I'm going to put copaiba right now. It's one of my favorite oils. So this is what you'll do, Fadi. But being where you are right now, if you don't start, you will remain there, because your mind, it's scanning for social danger right now. You're trying to avoid rejection, you're trying to avoid shame. And if you don't start, you will continue to be like that. And spiritually, my invitation, thank you so much, Elena, I really appreciate you. Okay, spiritually, thank you. um, who are you trying to please in your life? Who are you trying to please? Please comment in the chat. I'll be very interested. Are you living your life, or are you living someone else's expectations? My mom, dad, exactly. And this is why, oh, I have so much to say right now that I don't know exactly if I will finish. Of course, you live someone else's expectations. because you are giving your power away to them. And your inner child, thank you so much for the hearts, your inner child is still seeking approval. Just think about you, Fadi, as a little boy with a dad, with a father absent. You were you know, as a child, please, please, I'm here, I need your approval. And you continue to do this as an adult. You are seeking approval. And you know, from your father, from your friends, from your whatever, your adult self is trying to overcompensate. Now it's your decision. I'm here to bring information, to bring education, to bring a change of mindset, and also to bring personal development. But the decision, guys, is yours. I know it feels scared. I know you feel scared to take a leap, to go into the unknown and work with yourselves. But trust me, it's a wonderful journey worth every moment. Maybe that's why I always get the health issues my mom has. Exactly. You didn't break the pattern. You didn't break the pattern. Seeking approving is killing me. You need to start using essential oils. You need to message me so I can help you in this. If you want, if you truly want, and I know here people are having a huge phobia, a huge fear of stepping into the unknown because you feel quite safe now. I know it's killing you, but it's safe. Change is scary, but it's worth it. Absolutely. And you know, that fear of judgment that you are feeling right now from that social conflict that I was speaking, going back to tribes and so on, it's in regards to humiliation. It's you're feeling not chosen. You are not feeling accepted. Public criticism. You know, you said about the father being absent, your mother as well. Did they embarrass you in public? Did they criticize you in public? Okay, that's what it is. That's your body um, reacting to that social danger. It's that increased vigilance. Everything you need to be vigilant. That adrenaline spikes. You have a lot of adrenaline, which spikes. You, of course, and this is why it's giving you that emotional hypersensitivity. But it's your decision if you want to change. Otherwise, you stay where you are. You will stay where you are. There are maybe 1 or 2% of the people worldwide which are choosing to step out. I do need to be a leader to have control over me. Message me and we'll start this together. I'll message you. Just 1 second to read. I feel seen. I love watching your videos, by the way. Thanks for helping people. Someone the other day in Tripoli, they live in Tripoli in Libya, they messaged me and they said, you are a light worker. I've never thought about that. Never ever thought about that. But then looking a little bit into this, maybe I do see myself as that because in these 6 years of working with doTERRA, I came across hundreds of people who were exactly on the bottom of their I have enough, I have enough, I have enough of this situation, I need to change. And they allowed themselves to start changing. And it's enough for the right person to give you that trigger to change. I'm a light worker too, ever since childhood, but didn't have the words for it. Yeah, I didn't have the words until that person told me. What are we supposed to do with the paper with the name switched 7 times? No idea. um, yeah, so that's what it is. For me, it's all about essential oils. Trust me, when I do my videos, the deepest part of the video, everyone oversees it. Everyone oversees it. And it's especially the call to action. And that is If your nervous system is like this, or whatever it's that I'm saying, comment or DM me the word to start using essential oils. That is the key part of the video. But very few people, apparently I have over 100,000 followers. I don't know how I've got them, but very few people, maybe hundreds, okay, hundreds, 100, 200, 300, are messaging me, yes, I do want to change my life with essential oils. Not thousands, not 100,000s, 100. My oils help my daughter with chronic constipation. This is amazing. This is absolutely an amazing result. Elena, well done for being empowered to do so. And as I mentioned, it's enough for that one person to help you open your horizon to healing. And then I will teach you to be independent with your healing. What brand do you recommend, please? Laura Harrison. I only use and recommend Copaiba. Elena, what oils is this, please? Jill, Elena, please respond to Jill. And this month I started the Detox for Me inflammation into the body. Absolutely. It's amazing. Look, you're empowered. You are empowered now. How does this work? Fadi, it works like this. You message me. We discuss in the private, in DMs, about how much do you want to invest. There are people investing $50, $100. I don't know, depends on your budget, let's call it that way, depending on your budget. And then I prioritize the oils for you in the budget that it feels safe and good for you. And then we start somewhere rather than nowhere. Thank you. I also use doTERRA oils. Okay. Yeah, it's the only oils. Laura, tell us a little bit about your experiences. You said here, Laura, that you are using the doTERRA oils. Please tell us what ailments, what diseases, what challenges have you overcome with essential oils. Please, I'm here to listen, and I'm sure that it will help so many other people because they hear it from someone else rather than only from me. So please, please drop in the chat, or if you want to come live with me and talk, I can try to invite you. I invested 3 years with doctor's appointments, and I know you, Elena, and I know that you are a big fan of doctors without any result for chronic constipation and nothing. Of course. Yeah, but you went very deep. I'm 100% sure that you went very deep, Elena, with understanding the emotional cause and also the spiritual cause of your daughter's constipation. Massively helps with illnesses like cold, flu. Also, my skin has never been so good since I started using essential oils and making my own skincare. I'm a nutritionist and as well, and I read for the labels exactly. But Laura, I constipation as well. Jill, I want to ask you, did you try to use essential oils for mind and spirit? Because what you're talking here, you said illnesses, cold, flu, skin. This is just body, okay? This is just the body. But I'm interested about the emotional side and also the spiritual side. I'm going to block you, Siddhartha. This is an English channel. I know my English may not be perfect. I know I have an accent. But please, you either stay here and listen and don't talk nonsense, or you're going to be blocked. Probiotics, Terrazymes, yeah, I didn't know you could take essential oils. Yes, because Jill, I'll tell you exactly why. When you Google, can I take essential oils internally? The Google or so and so, it will tell you, don't. And they are right. And I'll tell you why, Jill. Because in the moment when you take essential oils, they are adulterated. Contact Mihail, I will. Okay, so um, they are adulterated. They are very much contaminated. And by the way, Jill, when you come into my team, you will also have access to Elena. Elena is in my team. Elena is there with me in doTERRA. When did you join, by the way? Elena, can you please tell us? But coming back to Jill and answering her question, 99.99% of November. Yeah, okay, wow, that's amazing. November, and your daughter has such a success. Yeah, mind blowing. And I'll speak about constipation as well, so you understand the body, mind, and spirit. And please, Elena, stay here on the um, live, so we can go a bit deeper. Every essential oil from doTERRA has a number on the bottom of the bottle. That means that you can introduce that number into a third party website. Nothing to do with doTERRA. It's an external company which wants to regulate and make sure that essential oils are pure, not contaminated, not adulterated, and so on. So, globally, I'm not talking just for the UK and so on, globally, only doTERRA and two other companies are having pure essential oils tested. So when you introduce this number, you will see exactly the tests. The rest are contaminated, adulterated with heavy metals, with fungi, with molds, with heavy metals. Of course, that Google will tell you not to take essential oils internally, because they are damaging your body. They will have exactly the opposite effect. When you take a lavender, you will think, oh, it will bring me calm and serenity. But because your body doesn't recognize the chemical compounds in that oil, it will create you the opposite effect. And that will be agitation. If you take whatever oil from the shop or internet, where it says it will help you with inflammation. And what do you think? Yes, clary sage with castor oil is amazing for menstrual cramps. Absolutely, 100%. I recommend clary sage for any woman issues, like, challenges, even endometriosis, menopause, cramps during the cycle, and so on. Any issues with women challenges. Okay, and this is why you take an oil for inflammation, and because your body doesn't recognize the chemical compounds in that oil, it will cause you inflammation in the body rather than anti-inflammation. And this is why, Jill, I hope you're still here. I'm going to talk constipation. Of course, body, we know what it is. Slow elimination in the colon. Everyone knows what a constipation is. It can be physical, like, for example, dehydration. It can be low fiber. It can be lack of movement. Thank you so much, Florenza. Thank you. I really appreciate you. So, it's also neurological. Thank you. It can be neurological, the constipation, like gut-brain miscommunication. Okay, Jill, are you still here? Drop one in the chat, please, so I know you're still here. Okay, in the emotional side, and here, Elena, I would like to understand if you worked with your daughter, especially with the oils, because this is how we work with the mind. Just wanted to say, love your knowledge and advice. Keep the good work going. Thank you so much as well. So, in the mind, you use certain oils in order to work emotionally with your constipation, which is very much connected into holding onto emotions. Jill, Are you holding into emotions? Are you having that fear of letting go? Do you have that? Are you a stubborn person? Stubborn, resistant to change in general? Are you a control freak? Do you have that control issues? That's what gives you constipation. And again, I'm curious, Elena, if you worked with your daughter with, I think so, yes, there we are. I can't release that situation. Did you work with your daughter on the emotional side? Because this, it reflects mental tension. When you live in all of that, fear of losing control, fear of not letting go, and so on, it's that mental tension. And of course, this will reflect in your stool. That will be exactly, you know what I mean, constipation. And of course, spiritually, the constipation very much it asks for, are you holding into something that no longer serves you? And this is where you know your situation. I don't know, but I'm just trying to prompt you with the right questions to go deep in your life and understand what old pain do you have? Old pain, grudges, maybe you have resentment, you have all of this resisting. Okay, what are you doing with that you are not trying to release? I grind my teeth badly, it's painful in my jaw. Okay, I'm going to speak about teeth grinding as well. So if I do here a session, I'm talking for already 1 hour and 16 minutes. I may do this session combined so I don't come later. Let's do that. Jill, I hope you have the patience to stay here. Maybe let me know if you need to go somewhere. Yeah, tell me, because if you don't have to go anywhere, and then I'll talk about, yes, things. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's just go back to the spiritual. Your body literally mirrors your constipation, that emotional holding. Elena, I don't know if you're still here. I'm very interested, once again, if you worked emotionally with your daughter as well. Okay. The new Germanic medicine, I have doubt that oil helping my spirit. Fadi, I'm sorry about that. It's your decision. As I said, your decision. If you have doubt, it will be that way. You are right. I have a saying. If you think you're right, you're right. If you think you doubt, or you don't, whatever it is, then you're right. So if you are doubting that the oils are helping you, you're right. You are 100% right, because your mind will be so holding into that belief, it's called system of belief, that it will not help you. And let me explain before I go. Please, Jill, stay here. I've had a lot of family passing, still grieving. Yeah. Stay a little bit on, because I need to come back to what Fadi said. Okay. Does parasites or stress user? I'm going to go into grinding. So how does it work? We have the information. And Fadi, you have information. Oils will never ever help me. No, that is nonsense. That is BS. That is whatever. That is the information that you accumulated in life. Okay. That information is forming your system of beliefs. They will never help me. They will never help me. Hello, Angie. It's lovely to see you. Of course, that is your system of beliefs. Based on that, you will have the thoughts. That woman is talking nonsense. That woman is, I don't know exactly what she's talking, but I'm not resonating. How on earth an oil can help me? That's your thoughts. Of course, after thoughts, what's coming? Actions. No, I'm not biting into it, so I'm going to stay exactly where I am. I don't care. She's talking nonsense, and I'm going to stay exactly as I am, because at least I feel safe. But what if I go with her, then I make myself worse? Oh, that is the action. You will try to stay exactly where you are. I need to try. What do you mean by X? To try X this point? What do you mean by this? So your actions will be that you will stay there because of your system of belief and your thoughts, and the results will be accordingly, Fadi. It will be accordingly, i.e., you will stay where you are and degrade. You're still young, probably at this age. You're still young. I don't know. I'm feeling after what I see roughly in the picture. So you're still young, and therefore you will start degrading. And then you, exactly, yes, 28. Oh my God, if I'll be 28. I'm 48. 48 next month. Yeah. If I will have your age, I will conquer the world. Literally, literally. Anyway, so I explained to you, if you don't believe, then it won't help you. It won't. You're totally right, and it's no point for me to trying to convince you. And I'm not trying to convince anyone here. I'm just passing information. If your system of belief, guys, are letting you, well, what do I have to lose? Then you will continue. Otherwise, you will stay where you are. And I'm not trying to convince anyone here. Jill, coming back to your constipation. New Germanic medicine conflict. The constipation, it arises, okay, from a conflict of holding on. And the triggers are fear and losing something important. And you just mentioned you lost a lot of people and so on. Grief, emotional trauma, it's suppressed. Hence, you have constipation. You feel like you must maintain control in life. Everything has to be, I must maintain control. I have to be that, and therefore I'm suppressing my anger, I'm suppressing my resentment, and so on. And the colon, yeah, it stores what is dangerous, and you are not releasing. And this is why you have this constipation. Going back into your childhood a little bit, abandonment and betrayal are the dominant wounds. Have you felt abandoned by your parents, as a child? Did you feel like emotionally unsupported? Did you learn that if I let go, whatever it was, even a toy, even a situation, if I let go, I might lose my safety? Did you learn this? I don't brush my teeth in the morning. I will most likely have a bad breath all day. If you have a bad breath, that's not because you're not brushing your teeth. No. And no, I am not supporting that. No. Okay? My mom died young at 47. I was 16. Yes. And this is why, but going back even younger, because by 16, you will have bits of your nervous system already implemented. Go back to when you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. This is when, if I let go, I lose my safety. And also the betrayal one, Jill, it's as a child, you experience broken trust. Okay, you learned I must hold on, because if I don't, I cannot, others cannot be trusted. And of course, as an adult now, constipation appears when your body reacts to fear of losing, fear of trust, all of that. So that's what it is. That's what it is. And the teeth, no, I don't think so, but maybe. Well, let's go also. If it is just a belief, can I substitute the oil to achieve connection? Can I substitute the oil to achieve connection to now thinking pattern? Yes, but how do you support your limbic system? How do you support? Because the limbic system is where everything gets stored from your childhood. How do you support? How do you take out all of those emotions, fears that are stored there as a child? How do you take them out? How do you support your nervous system? How do you envisage that? Teeth grinding, let's talk about this, because a lot of people are having teeth grinding, children as well. We know what it is. teeth grinding, yeah, jaw muscles and so on, nervous system activation. That is body. And of course, your body reacts to stress and tension. As you said, your jaw muscles hurt. It usually happens at night. But tell me, Jill, if you do this in the day as well. I'm on a lot of medication for depression. Do you know that depression can be healed totally with essential oils? Why on earth? Why on earth are you putting your body through this? Why? Oh, this really hurts me. It really hurts me. Okay, I'm going to speak for people who are open themselves to hear this information. In the mind is good for headaches. One size does not fit all, Elena. For me, when I have a headache, the best oil is lavender under the tongue, or lavender, and I press on the top of my roof, the roof of the mouth. That's what it is. For other people, is peppermint. For other people, is frankincense. For other people, is tea tree. For other people, is deep blue. We're all different because my emotions, when I have a headache, my emotions that triggered that is not the same as yours. And here on my lives, I am talking about one size fits all. What I came across, different patterns across when I worked with people. Okay, that's what it is. Coming back to Jill, and my hand got stuck because I didn't continue with I finished the lavender and serenity. Trust me, lavender, serenity, copaiba are oils that I need 2 a month. 2 a month. Lemon, wild orange, and so on. I'll put some lemon right now because lemon is very good for gentle detox. Okay, so let's look a little bit on the mind, Jill. What means the teeth grinding? Okay, it's very much, again, to suppress anger and frustration. Maybe you have stress, anxiety, like you said, depression. Yeah. Mm. And that is because you feel under pressure to perform or to control. You even said that you have these issues, unexpressed emotions. And of course, this is a physical manifestation, yeah, the teeth grinding, of the mental tension that you are feeling. And the jaw literally clenches, okay, in the moment when you have these unspoken words or feelings. Yeah. And in the spirit, what's happening, teeth grinding is asks you, what are you holding without the expression? What truth are you not seeking? What truth? And this is why you will need frankincense, because that is the oil of truth, in order to take that veil out of your eyes and see the world with true eyes. That's what it is. That's what I experienced. I have 6 years with doTERRA. I'm working daily for 6 years. The oils are in my life every single day. When you use the oils, you raise your vibrations automatically. And raising your vibrations, because if you don't believe in vibration and frequency, then you shouldn't be on this life, because that's all about as well. Oils have, like anything around us, this, that, anything around us is energy and vibration. Some of the things are having lower energy and vibration, some things have a higher energy and vibration. I feel that my thinking is making me slow to achieve my goals. 100%, you're right. You're right, Fadi. You're totally right. Absolutely. It's that mind which, makes you slow, which is holding you back. That's another way of looking at things. It's holding you back in achieving goals. It is. But, I have examples in my team of people which went to the next level, with the help of essential oils, with the help of this education, with the help of a mentor. When you feel low in mood, oh, something, today I really cared about what so and so spoke about me. Let's just go deep. Why? Why did you care? What triggered in you? Did you want it to be accepted? Did you want it to be seen? And this is where it's so important to work with someone. So, Jill, are you still here or did you leave this life? Because the teeth grinding, New Germanic medicine conflict, it's a tension conflict. It's related to the teeth grinding. Okay? You have a conflict to perform all the time, to overperform, like authority, control. You have that suppressed anger, suppressed emotions, and suppressed frustration. And of course, you're here. Wow, amazing. You're feeling forced to do something, maybe even taking this medication. Do you really feel like taking them? Do you really want to? Your fear of expressing emotions, and also your fear of being heard. And what do you think these medication are doing? Do you know what they are doing? They keep you in that numbness mode. They're not, that's all that they do. They numb you. Okay? And this is why I know as a child you feel ashamed, maybe you feel forced to stay silent. And of course, because teeth grinding is about speaking up. And you learned, I can't speak up because it will hurt me. And that's what your nervous system learned. Which oils can be used by a person who has autoimmune? What kind of autoimmune you have? There is a lot of diseases, ailments related to autoimmune. It's not only one or one size fits all. Please detail. Overperform is my usual. Yeah, but that is coming from the childhood wounds. It really is. Look, Fadi, what I will ask you to do, not leave the oils, leave whatever, go and watch my two videos on YouTube. That will really help you a lot, and they are free of charge, literally free. Go on my YouTube and type Mihaela Hegarty. My name, you will find it here on TikTok. Yeah, Mihaela Hegarty. You go into the YouTube and you will find there those two videos. Listen them very with open heart, with open mind, and you will understand a lot. So for teeth grinding, first oil that I recommend is lavender, because that will relax the jaw. It will relax the nervous system. And how do I like to apply it? Always diluted, not because of skin sensitivity with lavender, but it's more to maximize absorption. An essential oil is volatile. I've been taking them for 30 years. When my son died, I'm also taking. So, do you have just a depression diagnosis, or do you have like more in depth, mental health diagnosis like schizophrenia, bipolar, and so on? Just let me know if, yeah. So, I put one drop of essential oil, sorry, of coconut oil, which is the carrier oil. And we said here that we want to maximize the absorption. They are chemical compounds volatile, which means they evaporate. So if I put it on my skin without dilution, it will evaporate quicker. So I will benefit maybe 30%. When I'm putting coconut oil, the carrier oil, and then I apply the essential oil, okay, that automatically it keeps the oil more and it doesn't evaporate so quickly. So you will benefit maybe 70%. No, but as the rest of my family died, they kept changing them. And then you massage your jaw. And also, of course, lavender is very good for the skin as well. Really good. I'm sorry about that, Jill. You have a lot in your life. But the real question that you should ask yourself is, do you want to heal yourself, or you're happy to continue with the medication? That's what it is. Can you use pure coconut oil to dilute the oils? I only recommend fractionated coconut oil, because if you use anything else, and of course it's very good, the castor oil as well. Castor and fractionated coconut oil, just because the other carrier oils, they are alterated, and automatically in the moment when you put carrier oil which is alterated, it will alter the quality of the essential oil as well. This is why I only recommend this. Talk about frequency, more interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Because it's everything. I'd love to stop taking them, but I try Miss Tablet and I start crying because you don't have an alternative, Jill. Because you don't have an alternative. Yes, you don't have an alternative. If you will have essential oil near you, and I'll say use balance, use serenity, deepen yourself, embalm yourself with this, then you will support, because you can't give up of those medication. It's impossible. Fractionate coconut oil. Panther, you need to message me, and I can't type. I'm sorry, I just can't type. I don't know how to do it. I'm very technical, and we'll talk about frequency and energy. Stay here, please, don't leave. But what I'm trying to say is, you can't leave medication that you are taking for 30 years straight away. I work with people with high blood pressure, which they are on loads of medication, loads. And I say, you can't leave them straight away. But using that oil, using that supplement, apply it this way, I work with them so they start healing. I have one lady which after 1 year she ditched all the medication. The same with another one. I just started, Karima. She feels much better. Her blood pressure dropped, and she easily eliminates the medication with an assumed decision, with a powerful decision of themselves. I take this in my hand and I want to do it. So this is why you will not eliminate the medication in a second. No, we need to find alternatives such as essential oils in order to support really the body. Blood pressure can, yeah, Dawn, thank you so much. And I also want to say, I watched the other day a film called La Palma. I think it was, I don't know if you've watched it, this series, not a film, it's a series. And in the end of that, they said, turtles are older than dinosaurs. And they said, just one moment so I can say I don't want to co-host. Turtles are older than dinosaurs. So we need to, if we want to live as much as the turtles, well, yeah, then we have to return. And then the other person said, to where? We have to return where? And the other one said, to the nature. That's what it is. These oils are pure nature, nature in a bottle. If you want to live, I'm 48 and I'm thriving. I am thriving better than when I was 20. I am thriving, and I'm so grateful every single day to God for this. Laura, if you have the patience to stay here, I am going to speak about blood pressure. Do you believe in God? 100%. Nothing is without God. Even when I come live on these videos, live videos, when I do let me tell you how I work. You can thrive at any age. 58 is just a number. Look, 48. Fadi is 28. It does not matter. Okay, thank you, Laura. It does not matter. So let me explain, Fadi, how I work. Before I come live, I say, God, please help me, please use me as a communication channel to communicate your information of wisdom to whoever has the ears to listen and eyes to see. May this information go out there, and whoever is open, please send them to me so I can start work with them for their healing. Nothing is done without God. Nothing. Nothing. It's impossible for me even to think. Do you not, are you an atheist, or do you believe in God? I'm curious. And now we're talking about, I'm 48 years old and have not been able to get my blood pressure under control. Yeah, there we are. You see, there are people even younger that I have, or maybe the same age as me, who have loads of issues. Loads of issues. Can someone put the name of coconut oil to dilute? I have the oils already. Can someone put the name? I don't understand what you mean. Thank you for sharing your story. My people have passed too. Okay, so frequency and energy. Let's talk about this because Fadi is here, is waiting especially for this, and then I'm taking I'm answering high blood pressure. Okay, from a holistic perspective, what means this frequency, this energy? Okay, the cells in our body are communicating all the time via electromagnetic signals. And you have a phone, don't you? You have that. It's electromagnetic signals. This is why the bioresonance is the same. It can be done at a distance. You don't have to be near the machine in order to have a scan. Electromagnetic signals, okay? The organs in our body vibrate at a specific frequency. Low energy, yeah, when you have low energy, fatigue, stagnation, illness in your body. That's what it is. Low energy equals all of that. When you have high energy, it's vitality, it's clarity, and it is flow. So energy is not just metaphorical. It's like a measurable frequency, okay? And it is measured in frequency, in vibration, in resonance. That's what I believe in. That's my thinking. This is why I'm coming live here, especially to explain this. In the mind, what's happening? Thoughts carry energy. When you said you have those energy, negative thoughts, like you said, my mind doesn't let me progress or change my life. Negative thinking equals low vibrational frequency. Fear, anxiety, anger, resentment, all of that thing is happening. The coconut oil you used to dilate the oil, did you say? No, it's not fresh, it's fractionated. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Fractionated. Okay? So your fear, your anxiety of getting out of the comfort zone equals dense, very, very heavy energy. But when I am here, I'm gratitude. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me healthy and thriving at the age of 48. Next month, I'm going to be 48. So I have gratitude, I have joy, I have love, I have forgiveness. All of these feelings equals very high, very light, very expansive vibration and frequency. So the mind creates energy patterns which will affect your body, it will affect your environment. This is why every essential oil carries frequency and so on. Frequency, vibration, everything. Even this card that I have here, even this card, it has frequency, it has energy, everything. This desk, this glass, everything is energy. everything. Spiritually, what means energy spiritually? Okay, it's your vibration signature. That's what it is. You attract, and I'm sure everyone believes, or heard the law of attraction. I believe in a creator does not care about me. Oh, that's so sad. That it's so sad because God loves everyone. He cares about everyone. You don't care about yourself. This is why. Don't blame God. You, Fadi, you don't care about yourself. Don't blame God. No. It's so sad. The way that you're thinking, the way that you're thinking. Oh my Lord. You have a lot to work on yourself. Otherwise, by the time you'll get to my age, and remember what that crazy woman was saying. You will have a ton of ailments and diseases in your body. I promise you that 100%. I'm not a clairvoyant that, oh, I know that in 20 years, Fadi will have this disease. God will, and it is the law, is the law. The oil to help me have common sense and better thinking is panther, is frankincense, is the oil of truth, is the oil of the king of oil, the oil which is the that will help you have common sense and better thinking. Going back spiritually, your frequency, your vibration is your signature. You will attract similar energy. Whatever you're thinking, you will attract similar energy. It's the law of resonance. Come on, guys. Go and Google on YouTube the laws of the universe. You will find them there. It's just, I'm not saying anything that it doesn't exist. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. When your energy is off, when you're trying to blame everyone around you, this is why, Fadi, you're trying to blame everyone around you but yourself, because that puts the responsibility on God. Oh, God is bad with me. I am. No. God is bad with me. God is unfair. So and so. Return to inner you. Law of resonance. When your energy is off, like it is in your case, you attract conflict. You attract toxicity in your life. You attract stagnant situations. When your energy is high, start using essential oils to bring your energy vibration high. Then you will attract alignment. You will attract abundance in your life, connection, because your vibration is your truth in action. This is what it is. I hope you'll understand it. It seems to be that you're very stuck in your thinking and nothing but your thinking. Very rigid. You have a very rigid mind. And of course, if we're talking new Germanic medicine, from this perspective, from this lens, low energy or fatigue, it reflects very much an internal conflict. And you do have a lot of internal conflicts because your energy, your vibration is very low. Suppressed emotion, you feel stuck in your life. You have all sorts of, the divorce because of toxic. Well, it's happening to you because you haven't learned the lesson. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you. It's a conflict, my dear. It's a conflict between who you are and what you're allowed to express. Hope it makes sense, or I'm talking too philosophical here. The body lowers the energy to conserve resources. That's what it is, okay? Energy blockages equals like physical, emotional, spiritual holding patterns. And what's it, and these are going very much into the childhood wounds as well. I will always go to those because I am passionate. It makes sense. So true. I am extremely passionate about these 5 wounds. I think I need to write a book on them, although there is loads of books already written. But because of my personal experience, the experience of the people that I help, love your video, super educational. Thank you. I really appreciate you. The abandonment wound, okay? As a child, we learned I must hold back. It won't be safe. As a as an adult manifestation, your energy is blocked because self-trust is very low. And here you are, Fadi. Your energy is blocked because the trust in yourself is very low, and you're trying to blame everyone around you. No, you are the only one to blame, not me, not your wife, not God, not especially not God. Hi, can I use to arthritis how to increase self-trust? First of all, by having trust in God. For arthritis, you need to wait because I need to go deep into that. I don't just like to speak about the disease. Oh, use that essential oil. No, you need to understand your disease from holistic perspective, body, mind, and spirit. I have high blood pressure, and then I might go into arthritis. Let me see exactly what's the time. Yeah, I might do that with arthritis. I don't know if you have the patience to wait until I speak, because I do speak with a lot of passion and quite a lot. So let's see. Rock, I'm going to ask you if you're here when it will be your time. If you have the patience to stay, then you will be. And how to increase self trust? Raise your vibration, believe in God, do good things, meditate, journal, help others. That's how it is. Okay? Again, frankincense, use oils. Use oils. That's how also increase the self trust. And what I've also done, I was coming live. I'm looking at some of my lives from 2020. Oh my God, people, you will not understand. You will just not believe the Mihaela that it was in 2020 and the Mihaela that it is right now. You will just say, oh my God, she's a totally different person. Not physically. Not physically. I'm not talking that I lost weight. No. Just mentally, spiritually. All of this. I'm working a lot on myself. Why do you think? And I'm not saying that just to sound cocky. Why do you think I attract so many people? Because people are attracted to high spiritual and also from high energy. They, some people are just feeling, even that it is behind a screen, even that it is behind a screen, it is there, and people are feeling. You don't they say your vibration, your frequency speaks before your words. Speak before your words. And this is why. Let's talk about high blood pressure, and then we'll talk arthritis, and that's it for today. Because I'm already speaking for 2 hours. Okay, so high blood pressure, what it is there? You said you're 48 years old and you are trying everything to lower your blood pressure, and it doesn't work. Okay, and I also tell you that I'm working with a lady which is 58 and one of so much older than you guys. Okay, and one which is like 53, and they started slowly to ditch some of the medication. They were on tons of medications. And with my help, with the help of essential oils, how many drops to take, when to take them, and so on, they are releasing the medication. Okay? You have a lot of chronic stress, like they do. Okay? Poor lifestyle habits, like they do now, but I'm teaching them how to release all of those poor lifestyle habits. hormonal imbalances. I'm very well. I am better than ever, Narisha. Better than ever. I thrive. I thrive. And the people with high blood pressure, they are in that long-term alert state. That's what it is. So in the mind, in that emotional layer, um, high blood pressure is associated with suppressed anger, which is also going into the liver. I don't know exactly if you have liver problem as well. You have that long-term resentment, which you keep in the body, and in the moment when you think about that resentment, your high blood pressure starts. You feel under pressure to perform. You're carrying a lot of responsibility, so you prioritize everyone else and you carry responsibility on your shoulder, forgetting yourself. The most important person on this world is you, not X, Y, and Z. And of course, you carry, yeah, you hold everything together. It's that internal pressure that mirrors, the external pressure. So, spiritually, if we look at high blood pressure and what this means, where are you forcing? Where are you forcing the control? What anger is not being released? And what burden are you carrying alone without asking for help? Not because you don't have anyone to ask for help with, but also because you feel that only you are right. Pressure in the arteries equals pressure in life. That's the bottom line. And it's very much connected to over responsibility and inability to relax. That's what it is. Okay. And of course, New Germanic medicine conflict. When you have high blood pressure, it's that territorial conflict, which is prolonged stress. That's what it is. And this, of course, includes, feeling your space is threatened and you know better. Drop it in the comments. I'd be very interested to know, you feel your space is threatened, uh, ongoing conflict at home, at work, depends. You're feeling responsible for everyone, like I already said. And also it's about that fear of losing authority and also to feel to lose stability in your life. And your body, of course, increases the circulation and pressure as well to stay alert, to stay in the survival mode, to stay ready. That's what it is. And if I go into your childhood and think about how and what happened over there, injustice and betrayal. Injustice is about when you, as a child, you felt threatened, and you felt threatened in an unfair way. Okay, and this is why your nervous system had learned to suppress the anger. That's what it is. You learned that you have to stay strong and don't complain. And now, as an adult, that anger, even that you think, oh, it happened 50 years ago, 40 years ago, now you're 48, it happened 40 years ago, your nervous system does not forget. Your anger is internalized. This is why the pressure builds up internally. And of course, the wound of betrayal, your trust was broken in the childhood. There are only 5 wounds, and these ones are some of them more dominant, some of them are not necessarily adorned, but they are less dominant. So you learned as a child that you must rely on yourself and only yourself. You can't rely on the parents because they are not available, they are absent, they are emotionally absent, and so on. So therefore, as an adult, you will carry everything alone because of what you learned in the childhood. And hence that internal pressure rises, and you have blood pressure, high blood pressure. That's what it is. That's what it is. Lavender, it will be the first oil that I recommend you in high blood pressure. But how you take it, and message me, and we'll start your healing journey together. It will support relaxation. It will reduce that stress. Yeah, it's a very good oil. Ylang ylang. It's, oh, I cannot explain to you how good this is. It's traditionally is known. This is why I also deepen with ylang ylang. I love it. It's just so relaxing. I'm going to smell it. And when I smell and when I deepen with my oils, I always do it with intention. I release emotional pressure. I welcome love in my life. I do it with intention. It's not something that I just do it. Nah, don't like it. Off you go. No, oh. No, I'm not doing it like this. In the moment when you don't like an oil, that means that there is the lesson that you have to learn the most. And based on this book, I'll show you in a second the book. Okay, emotional emotions. Essential, sorry, I can't read. I'm not good at reading. Essential emotions. So in these essential emotions, every oil has an explanation. Okay, what means emotionally? And I say, oh, I don't like cilantro, for example. It's a very strong smell. So I'm going straight away to cilantro. So let me see where cilantro is. Cilantro. So I personally don't like cilantro. And I'm going here and I read, oh, cilantro is about releasing control. Is the oil of releasing control. Aha, this is why I don't like cilantro, because I still like to hold into control. And then I read, cilantro facilitates a detoxification of negative emotions and debris, and so on. I'm not going to start reading because I'm not a fan of just reading for the sake of reading it. Okay, so that's what it is. This is why go deeper than what a smell of essential oil is. It's not just about the smell. You will need also frankincense because that is deep grounding. You will need marjoram because marjoram it's about supporting cardiovascular relaxation. You will need bergamot, reduces that stress hormones, and when when the blood pressure is high, it's linked to anxiety, so bergamot will help a lot. Okay, I'm talking about arthritis, and that is for today. Drop one in the chat if you are still here with arthritis, because otherwise I'm going to take another question. So drop one in the chat if you are here and you want me to talk about arthritis. Let's see, please. I'm going to deepen with one. Thank you so much. Okay. Now what you do about disinformation, because that's another thing. You will hear information, and then it's like a puddle. So let's say that's the puddle. You heard information, then you might come again on my lives. You'll hear again this information, the same information, and the same information, and the same information. And that puddle will have so much information, it will start to stink if you don't apply it. Okay? This is what I always say on my lives. Just be mindful how much information you are accumulating, because in the moment when you don't apply what you learn, it's more than that, Laura. It's more than that. Remember, on my lives, I say about one size fits all. Okay? It's not only lavender, ylang ylang, and frankincense. I said about marjoram and I said about bergamot as well, which is not by accident that you forgot about them. It's not by accident. You on purpose forgot them because your ears didn't hear, didn't want to hear. Okay? So these are for high blood pressure. Arthritis, what's happening? Clearly, inflammation, stiffness of joints. Where is the pressure point? Adam, I'm not talking here about my videos. No. Laura, thank you. Let's start. I'm not talking here about my videos. There are tons of comments there. Yeah, here I'm talking about holistic health. I'm talking about body, mind, and spirit. I'm talking about essential oils, and this is what I do. People see 90% of the video with the information that I say, and they forget exactly the key part, essential oils. So yeah, I have to change the way that I do my videos. I have to change it because otherwise it comes through here and it goes through there. Arthritis, we said it's inflammation, and joints represent movement. Joints represent flexibility. It represents direction, adaptability. This is what the joints represent. I'm going to take my meta power, which is metabolism support. Okay. So when the joints are becoming inflamed, rigid, and so on, that means movement is painful. And that is just physical. I'm just explaining the physical body, which everyone with arthritis is feeling. Okay. Inflammation is a repair process, even that you believe it or not. The arthritis is there to teach you a lesson. The pain is protection. And I know it makes no sense. I know. But in the moment when you understand this, your body starts true healing. It's slowing you down so you can start the healing. And I work with people. Why do you think some people with CAN, CER, I'm not going to say the disease because these are wonderful TikToks of blocking my lives. But why do you think some of them are healing and some don't? Because they go deep. They go deep and start to understand. Emotionally, the arthritis is very much linked to rigidity in thinking, and it is over years. It's chronic. It's chronic rigidity in thinking, long-term resentment. It's that, again, suppressed anger, very harsh self-criticism. And drop it in the chat. Are you like this? Instead of giving yourself a pat on the back when you've done something good, you criticize yourself. No, it's not my merits. No, it's anyone else's, It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Are you like this? Are you a very harsh self-criticism? Are you feeling unsupported? And of course, this inner dialogue, it's me. It's like, I have to carry too much. No one helps me. May I ask about chronic blood clots, though are rare condition, DVT right now? Okay, we'll see exactly if I have the time to speak about that as well. Chronic blood clots. Do you have explain a little bit rare condition buckets? Okay. Yeah, well, let me finish with arthritis and then we'll come back to that. Okay, we'll see. No, nothing is fair for you. Everything it's unfair. Everything it's it's and this is why you have stiff joints, which are mirroring that emotional stiffness. Okay, that's what is happening. Yeah. In the spirit, let's just look about the spirit. Just 1 second. I want to put one more oil, clary sage, exactly like someone said. It's about very good for any woman's challenges. And you know very well, or if you're new here to my channel, I am menopausal for 5 years in May. So I'm supporting my body with essential oils. I don't have any hot flushes. I don't have any mood swings. I don't have anything because I support my body. Okay? It's very important to do that. So spiritually, the arthritis, it's about Where have you become inflexible? That bitterness that you're holding into. And of course, what direction are you resisting? Because joints, it's about movement. Joints, is about moving forward. And if you have this, that you don't want to go, and you feel it feels heavy, it feels unfair, the body will resist. Okay, it's that what, whether you like it or not, it is that unresolved anger has crystallized, and it is causing you arthritis. And the new Germanic medicine conflict, it's about self-devaluation. I say it all the time, and I get the question about arthritis a lot. It's about not feeling good enough. You feel incapable, you feel criticized, you feel that you failed. And it's about, why did you fail? Not because so and so wanted you to fail, is because you had too high expectations from you. Okay, that's what it is. And when the moment when you'll understand it, you will heal. Hands, like for example, if you have arthritis in the hands, that means ability to act or provide. If you have arthritis in the knees, that is about pride and flexibility. If you have arthritis in the shoulder, that is burdens and responsibility. Or maybe you have it in the hip, because a lot of people have like hip replacements and whatever, and knee replacements. If it is about hip, it's about moving forward. And I have my mother-in-law, which had to have a hip replacement because her husband passed away in 2019, and she had the operation last year. And for her, I know exactly why. That arthritis in the hip, it was about moving forward. She just couldn't move forward after the husband's passing. It was really painful for her, and therefore that was carrying, grief and unprocessed traumas, feelings, and so on. It reflected in the hip. Yeah, in childhood wound, it's about injustice. Clearly, going very, very many years back when she was a child, she felt treated unfairly. She had three other siblings. Maybe, she was born 1949. Maybe at that time it was about surviving, and she felt treated unfairly by the mother, by the father. She had to suppress anger, maybe. Maybe life was not fair. And even as a child, maybe it is 60 years in front of you. Like with gosh, I can't remember now because you're not commenting. I can't see your name, Fadi. Now you're only 28 and you only have emotional problems. But later on in life, as these emotions are resolved, all of that, it will become with more and more issues in your body. Okay. For the best essential oils for arthritis is frankincense. This is cellular, very deep cellular repair, cellular regeneration. Okay. Also, it's DDR prime. DDR prime, it's also about cellular regeneration. Very important. It reduces inflammation together with frankincense. Um, and it's about releasing all of those old emotions. Copaiba, the same, very good. Deep blue, wintergreen, marjoram, lavender, very important oils. Okay. Janet, are you still here? Love from Greenland. Wow. Loads of love back. Hello, lovely. Thank you for your posts. Thank you. I have to change the way that I'm doing the posts because people are, yes. Okay. Let's speak about your chronic blood clots, you said, yeah? Chronic blood clots, DVT, deep vein thrombosis. Well, DVT, it is that exactly like you mentioned about clot forming, blood clot forming in deep veins, usually in the legs, heart, and cholesterol. Well, the reason why I'm laughing, Melissa, is because I'll be here all night and all day. This is why. But I'm glad that questions are coming. Let's just do the loves and likes so we can get more people. If we do, then I'll get the heart and cholesterol as well. Okay. So coming back to DVT. Do you have it in your legs, Janet? Is it in your legs? And as you said, that Behcet, yes, it's in the leg. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it correctly in English. Behcet. It's I'm Romanian by background, so automatically I will have an accent. Let's call it that way. But that disease, I will say B. Let's keep it more easy to pronounce. That B disease is an anti-inflammatory condition. Okay, it affects the blood vessels. So it represents blood in general represents life flow, and the veins represent return flow. Okay, so blood, life flow, veins, return flow. So circulation back to the heart. And clotting, it means that there is a blockage in flow. That's what it is. So, the body forms clots as a protective survival mode, a survival mechanism to stop that bleeding. So when the clotting becomes chronic or maybe excessive, it signals imbalance, and this is very serious. Okay, or it's also thrombosis as well. Well, I don't know. Some people have thrombosis. And in the mind, what means that blood clots? It's about stagnation. It's about suppressed anger. You see that every disease, it has a patterns of suppressed emotions. You're feeling stuck. Also, I have recently spinal fracture. Some my same leg still not wanting happened in September. You will continue to degrade until you will start understanding what it is. How old you are, Janet? Feeling tibia. Yeah. uh, Fear of moving forward. You have a fear. You have that long-term tension as well. Your veins, 61, so young. Gosh, I was expecting you to say more like 75, 80, because this kind of diseases I very much encounter in people which are about 75, 80. This is when, because they carry so much, but 61, Jesus, you're so young and so much in your body. You need to return to love. You need to return to safety and connection if you want to heal, because the veins returning blood to the heart, this is what they symbolize. You need to return to love, safety, and connection, because this I learned about back in 2007. Yes, but don't identify yourself with this disease. Don't move forward. And this is why you have it, because you can't move forward. Get out of that identification with your disease. It's not there. In the moment when I heal my body, I say, I'm free from every disease. I'm free from any ailments, any challenges. I am free of this. This is why you have them. You cannot move forward. You're stuck in this situation, and you identify yourself so much with this disease, it becomes your identity. And this is why you're carrying too much internally. Enjoy. Enjoy. You have to understand, if you don't pass this situation, that if you don't go forward, you will be stuck and degrading. It is what it is. And you're so young, 61. Oh my Lord. And you have so much. Where has your life become blocked? Where has your life flow become blocked? What emotion especially is hardened inside you? Think about it. What emotion specifically is hardened inside you? What resentment you can't release? Maybe it is resentment. Maybe it's hate. Maybe it is, I don't know what. Because that chronic inflammatory condition is very much an internal war, self fighting, fighting yourself, fighting life, fighting your reality. This is why this Beckett especially involves inflammation of vessels, which the vessels are channels of life. It took my life in 2012, died 5 times, brain dead, about for a life machine to be released. You have a second chance to live. Are you taking it, or are you staying where you are? Sometimes I feel like I'm speaking to the walls. I wonder exactly if I should continue this way to speak. I don't know. I don't know. Again, from a new Germanic medicine conflict, the blood vessels are very much related to severe, very severe conflict involving territory and safety. You're feeling attacked. You have that fear of survival. You have that fear of loss of security. Doctors listened, and I prayed that they admitted they admitted a miracle of my faith. Long-term stress, without resolution. It's up to you, Janet, if you want to heal with essential oils. That's what I have the solution here. Chronic clots definitely reflected that ongoing activity, like your body, yeah, remains in survival mode. You just don't want to get out of it. I gave you the information today. Are you going to act on it? I don't know. It's your decision. Okay. And going back a little bit into your childhood, what happened there? Betrayal. Like, for example, your trust has been broken very early in life by your caregivers, your trust. Yeah. Did you learn, like, I must protect myself at all costs? Is that chronic vigilance that you learned as a child? Because that is manifesting as internal hardening. Interesting. I don't see the comment. The comment you just read. I'm in the USA. The comment that I just read. I don't know exactly what I use them. Your explanation has got me intrigued. You're exactly right. You use them what? Because not all essential oils are the same. You need to understand what I'm talking here and healing. It's only with doTERRA essential oils. I have endured multiple traumatic experiences. You have. But you can say, I'm strong and I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm strong and I'm moving forward in life with strong and powerful. What is in the past is in the past. Leave the past alone. Move forward. It's, again, suppressed rage. It's coming all my life as a toddler. You need frankincense, you need lavender, you need cypress, helichrysum, balance. It's very important. And I'm talking only about essential oils here, and only about doTERRA. You will not heal. You will not heal with something else. 100% you will not heal with something else. Because it's not. They are, let me see, yeah. They are not pure essential oils there. It's an industry that it is adulterated, and it's very much contaminated. And I said with fungi, molds, um, with all sorts of things. Hello, lately I have been hearing about oils of wild oregano. Is it good to use? Style, I only use oregano from doTERRA. I don't know exactly what you heard. Don't know. Yeah, I only use essential oils from doTERRA. It's the only company where I see black on white, yeah, in writing, the tests that these oils are going through. Any other company, they don't publish, okay, they don't publish their testing. And therefore, you don't know what you're putting on your body and in your body. This is why. I only trust doTERRA because I can see from a third company. They are not paid by doTERRA. Oh, by the way, oh, can you say that this oil is 100% pure? No, they are outside of doTERRA and they are checking on doTERRA to make sure that the oils are 100% pure. And this is why are the only oils. And if you want me as your consultant, then I can guide you. doTERRA consultants are hundreds, millions maybe out there. You can choose your own, the one that you resonate with, the one that is present, the one that you want. But I only recommend doTERRA essential oils. The consultant is up to you who you want. So I'm talking about heart and cholesterol, and that's it. Everyone else who is talking, who is putting questions after this topic, I'm going to say you need to message me. Thank you for the information, of course. Well, drop one in the chat because if you're not here about heart and cholesterol, I'm going to close the live right now. Let's see if you're here. Drop one in the chat about heart and cholesterol. Are you still here or you left? Maybe you found the other subject not interesting and therefore you left. Yes, one, Melinda. Lovely. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Cholesterol, we have cholesterol which is not good, but cholesterol, healthy cholesterol. Did you find out which one do you have? It's essential. The cholesterol, it's essential for hormones, for brain function, for cell repair. And this is why you need to understand what kind of cholesterol you have. Okay? Because again, there are different types, is the LDL, which is often called the bad, that oxidized excessive cholesterol, and we have the HDL, which is that protective cholesterol, okay, and it also removes that excess cholesterol. So which one do you have? Okay, LDL. Okay. Heart attack in December. Yeah, it's a lot of sick people in this world. Why do you think, there is only, I don't know, 5% of people using essential oils, doTERRA? And this is why the rest of the world is sick. Your choice, guys. Your choice to be sick. So your cholesterol is accumulating in artery, yeah, walls, on the walls. It forms the plaque. So therefore the arteries narrows. Yeah, that's what's happening. And it's very much linked to chronic inflammation in your body. You will need a full detox. In order to start anything, you will need a full detox because it's a chronic inflammation in your body. It's a lot of stress. It's a poor diet. How are you eating? Drop in the comments. What? Yes, plug and receive stent. Yeah, you have a very sedentary lifestyle. Is that correct? Your diet, is it poor? Sedentary lifestyle. Drop it in the chat. Communicate with me. Like this, I understand better. Okay? You have also hormonal imbalances. That's what it is. Cholesterol itself is not an enemy. Inflammation is. Inflammation is, and it is there in your case. Mind, what's happening in the mind emotionally? The heart, cholesterol are associated with guarded heart. Did you put a wall to your heart and don't love people? It's that emotional protection that you formed yourself. Long-term resentment, my lovely, suppressed grief, all of those feelings, all of that feeling of being unsafe on top of everything that you have. Gosh, only when I'm talking, I feel like putting my hands like this. It's honestly emotional wall. Exactly. Of course, I know it. I know it because this is why you have these problems. How old you are, Melinda? How old you are? Don't tell me you are in your 60s because tell me. 56. Oh my God. No, it can't be. It really can't be. I feel so sad. It really makes me sad. I will protect my heart. That is your thinking. I won't let myself be hurt again. This is why you have this heart attack and heart problems. And of course, over time, because you don't want to be hurt again, and you put that wall, your body will reflect this in internal armoring. That's what it is. Your spirit, the heart issues are asking you, where have you closed your heart? Why are you closing your heart? Because of course, you don't want to be hurt again. But where in your life? What pain are you still protecting yourself from? What is that pain? I feel the pain myself. It's like literally, literally. This is why after this I have to go, guys. It's not because I can't speak. I can speak for ages, but I'm also connecting emotionally to you, even through a screen. Even through a screen, it's impossible. If you have empathy for someone, you divorced 20 years ago and you have not forgave him, you have not moved on. It seems to be that is the first thing that you said there. Because your heart, it's about love, it's about trust, it's about connection and flow. That's what it is, you know? And when your arteries harden, it's very much that mirrors of emotional hardening. Did you forgive him? By the way, just put it in the chat there. New Germanic medicine conflict. And I forgave, but he died 30. But I forgave, but he died. What is this but? Even that. We shouldn't put any kind of but. I forgave and you feel at ease, but it seems to be you didn't. Otherwise, your heart will have not collapsed. I think you. How shall I? What's that word? Um, I have a lapsus. When you don't forgive deeply, it's just at the surface. I don't know exactly the word, but I explained. I think you just forgave him at the surface because in the New Germanic medicine conflict, the heart, the vascular, all of these conflicts are related to territorial fear. Territorial fear. Super, exactly. That's the word. Thank you so much. Sometimes I have a lapsus. Also, it's related because I'm Romanian, my background, so English is not my first language. Okay, so I forget words sometimes. Thank you so much for reminding me. I really appreciate you. It's about, thank you, that emotional shock that you have, even I did forgive, he died, and many more betrayal came out. Yes. You know why? Because you will attract what you haven't healed. You will attract betrayal because you haven't gone past that. And here it will help you a lot by two videos on YouTube. Go on my YouTube channel, Mihaela Hegarty. There I have two videos which will help you understand a lot. Of course, you have emotional shock. FK, hello, good evening. Even at FK, we were speaking, And it is important to go beyond of this information. I am here to hello, I'm Vitalius. Okay, where are you from? I'm from Romania, but I live in the UK. So you are feeling attacked, Melinda, in your territory. You feel attacked in your home, you feel attacked in your relationships, and you feel attacked in your job. And of course, that long-term stress without relief, it's reflecting on your heart. Super young, 56. Oh my God, I'm 48. That means 8 years, 8 years older than me. It is incredible. I don't want even to think that in 8 years I will be like that. No, no. Your body is preparing for a threat all the time because, that's what you learned. And if we go a little bit into your childhood and think about what happened there, was your trust broken, from the childhood? Did you learn that I have to protect my heart? Did any of your parents, caregivers, disappointed you and you had to learn I must protect my heart? What's your opinion in worse? I don't understand what you mean by that. So emotional walls becomes physical walls. I'm constant survival mode too. Did you have that abandonment? Yes, very sad, hard childhood. Yes, which basically very young, in my opinion, 56 is extremely young, extremely young. And to have all of these issues, that means that you, going back to the childhood, you had that fear of losing love, hyper responsibility, chronic stress over relationships, like you said, your husband, you divorced, then many other comes, and Ylang Ylang is the first oil that I recommend you. It supports relaxation, it calms the heart rate, it encourages you to emotionally softens. This is where your healing starts. Lavender, it will reduce the stress response. That's what it is. Okay? Cypress, circulation. Cypress equals circulation. It encourages your emotional flow. Bergamot, drinking occasional or almost every day, moderately sleeping. Well, that's a choice, really, to be honest with you. If you drink every day, that means that you're in a sort of depression, and we need to go deep in what is depression, and then going to bed 12 o'clock later every day. Doing what? Scrolling? Or what? What are you doing? Bergamot, I recommend you for heart and for cholesterol. Uplifts the mood. It will help you reduce that stress-related tension. Okay, frankincense as well is the oil of truth. Is the oil of it's very spiritual oil. Connection with God. Return to that. Okay, very deep cellular regeneration. It's cellular health. And we have a saying, can you impact people deeper than their cells? No, you can't. And this is what essential oils are doing. They are impacting people at the cellular level. So now it's your decision. I'm finishing with this live. It's your decision. Some of you, I'm sure that you stayed from the beginning and you are very patient because I am talking for 2 hours and a half. I know 2 hours and a half is not easy to stay here and listen to all of this, but I know some of you are, and this is why. What are you doing from now on with this information? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel to see this session in replay? I'm so grateful I came across your live. Thank you. I normally come very late at night. This is an exception today. This is an exception, and you should take it as such, Janet. And so everyone who was, I normally don't come live at these times. I only come, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, because I want to speak very much to the America. There is where people are, it seems to be they're more open-minded. I don't know why, but I do think they're open-minded there. And this time 6:30 here is maybe very, very early in the morning. Some of them don't even wake up. And this is why you should take it as a sign, not just, something. I heard all of this information, but I'm not going to do anything with it. That tells me my prayers were guided. Absolutely. And this is how many people started with me, Janet, and not only Janet, Melissa, everyone, Panther. A lot of people started because they understood, yes, it is a sign. Maybe it is my way to healing. What do I have to lose if I allow myself? What do I have to lose? Anyway, yeah, I'm also on YouTube. I can see someone here on YouTube. I hope you have a good evening. I think you came a little bit late because I'm just literally closing the live right now. But I'm coming again tomorrow, and 100% tomorrow it will be late because I know I have to work in the day until about 6:30 UK time. That will be, I don't know in your time zone, but it will be 6 p.m. UK time. So by the time I'm coming home, I'm do this, I'm do that. It will be later on in the evening that I'm coming live. So yeah, this was an exception. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having ears to listen, a heart open to receive this information and see your ailments, your diseases from another perspective. And that is a holistic perspective, body, mind, spirit. And that is also the new Germanic medicine perspective as well. Oils, which are, and I'm telling from the bottom of my heart and from every cell of my body, are the healing going forward. Also working with your mind, with your emotions, they will help. May you continue this to stay blessed. The same to you. I'm going to close YouTube first. Take care, YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow.